Hey, good morning. Yo, every day, it just really blows my mind. I woke up and the first thing I should have did was probably pray, but the first thing I did, um, and this isn't the first time I woke up. This is probably the fifth time. But I just looked at a video of someone saying, and it's what I was saying, what I've been saying and been talking about working on, that being talked, he was describing what he was going through, describing it's the elite, describing that they really play games like this and it's a pastime and they bet on it and all these different things. I don't think he said the bet on it part, but I'm aware of that. So he's saying all these things and he's like, the only way to get peace is to run away. And that's the same thing basically I've been saying, because it looks like it, because it's so many of them that cover for one another. Like, they do all these illegal things. Like, don't get it twisted. When you hear about Diddy, you hear about R. Kelly, you hear about these people that have done so many heinous things and has lasted for years. A lot of those people are informants in our government. A lot of those people are on the payroll. So they are protected until someone larger generally is at risk. And then, they're not protected anymore, because it's like, oh, yo, you the fall guy. You just prepare to get out of here. And oftentimes their fall doesn't necessarily mean prison. It means humiliation. It means embarrassment. And a lot of times it's that frustration there where they have to take this break and they do something almost like to appease the community, appease the masses. If you think about it, how many times over and over again did R. Kelly go through what he went through before he was finally arrested? And even in some of those arrests, they find loopholes to get him out and get him off. And then not only just them, find loopholes to lessen charges for those that follow him in the same type of crimes. So now it's like everybody that's getting locked up for, grape or ex trafficking or pedophilia, some of these different things, the time is not as extensive anymore, because they find loopholes and ways to mask what is happening and to transfer things and not, whatever the case may be. But my purpose of saying something here is, I definitely don't feel like it every day. I definitely don't feel like it most days. But it's like, why not fight? I'm so sad to hear so many people that come on this platform and form and others every day and describe the sadness, the abuse, describe knowing, that it's a game and an energy transfer or drainer for them, and we are just supply. But when it comes to saying, let's find a way to get together and fight, most people aren't saying that. You have a few people and the other ones are not speaking. And I imagine a big part of it is fear. But I'm like, what? Well, I guess when I say what else are you fearful of? I do understand and I respect the fear, because every time I've thought that I was covered in a certain area, something else happened, something else happened, something else happened. But I mean, the truth of the matter is, what value, what life do you have in the meantime? If you're just living in fear, you're living in confusion, you're living in sadness every day anyway. It's like your quality of life has been sucked away. It's gone. And they're laughing and indulging and torturing you. And then, the people are saying, like, I have thought, maybe if I just don't say, maybe if I try to disconnect, maybe it'll go away. They're like, no, they are going to torture you for the rest of your life. So this is people who have been tortured longer than I've been experiencing it. And it's like, I've had some of those same thoughts, But I see that it's not going away. Like, they are still here. And it does make you think, if you listen to different people, it makes you think that they can't be following me because of, just completely negative. It must be something positive coming out of this. And then you hear other people like, yeah, like you go through this process and you think like, I'm just me. I'm just your average person. Like, you can't be that fixated on me. And the true story winds up being, yes, they are. So I guilt myself on both sides of that fence. I'm like, dang. Every time I sit down, like, and go over my music, go over my creations, go over my writing, go over who I am, and grow over where I was, and the idea that someone felt it in their right to come in my life and interrupt, derail, lie, and destroy that just blows me up and it burns me away. But I'm like, a lot of why they are able to do all the corruption and evil that they do is because they do it together. They may not really like each other. They may know, like, okay, I'm a snake, you a snake, but they like snakes unite. I was about to say new night. That's what my little brother says. But anyway, that's what they do. Like, together we will destroy good people. So why not say together we can destroy those who are evil? And if we don't completely destroy them, together we can make large enough a dent to make other people aware. Because so many people are hearing, but it's all these individual conversations. If we can stand up together and say, it's enough of us who are harassed, abused, taken advantage of, that are not crazy, that are not drug addicts, that are not deadbeats, that are not these things that they are trying to create in our disposition in our lives. And unfortunately, I know a lot of you are like me who don't have family. You don't have friends. Because guess what? That's also why you were selected. You weren't selected because you were going to be somebody hard for them to accuse. You were selected because they already know, oh, there's struggle, there's problems on the forefront. So in the midst of it, they got their hand in that too. And you have a family who has never supported you, so they're not going to support you when you're down. The same way they were laughing at you when you were down before, they're going to laugh. Matter of fact, they'll join in and they'll kick. But that's not your problem. It's not. It's like family in a lot of ways is like not just blood. We were taught that, but sometimes our family is our worst enemy or in support of our worst enemy. And that's what we go through. So sometimes your family is the family that you build, the family that you design, the family that you link up with because you are going to help build each other, especially in a time when just your average Joe is not helping you build. That person that you're connected to by blood right is not the person that helps you to go to that next level in your future. They're not helping you excel. If y'all weren't family, y'all wouldn't even know each other's name or know what you were doing. A lot of times the only reason they keep tabs on you is because of your blood. And they're thinking like, what's the next thing they can do to hurt you? Well, I feel like, at least for me, a lot of that has passed. It's like, but I hear so many people with the same story. And I'm posting this on here. I thought I was posting on TikTok, so I'm going to leave it here, but I'm going to repost it on TikTok because it's sometimes that first thought I need to get out. Not always, because sometimes that first thought in the morning is tragic. Because that's where my emotions oftentimes are, which means I've been tortured and taunted for years. And literally, I wake up like this. Not something that I'm proud of, but something that I'm tired of. And saying that if we don't try to fight, then the L is automatic. We automatically lose. And the thing about it is, these people aren't doing it in secret. They're proud of their evil. Why shouldn't we be proud of not being evil? Why shouldn't we be proud of being people that were chosen to be abused because we attempt to do what's right? Like, that's something worth fighting for. We're worth fighting for, even if they feel totally differently. And just frankly, I'm tired. Yeah, okay.